Welcome back, everybody. A life-changing device called the Cystic Fibrosis Vest, a high-frequency chest wall oscillation garment, is helping patients worldwide breathe easier. But actually, for much of the world, these vests are prohibitively expensive and hard to access.
Yeah, in an Apple Valley News Now exclusive, we are introducing you to a nonprofit that gets these vests to the hands of patients for free. And it was founded by two men, one being an Eastern Washington native.
Can you grab that one?
This is Josh Bowder and his daughter, Evangeline, who has cystic fibrosis.
When she was diagnosed in Thailand, the doctor told us to prepare her for a lung transplant at less than 2 years old. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And somebody on a CF group told me to talk to Rod.
Josh grew up in the Spokane Valley and lived right here in the Tri-Cities before moving all the way to Thailand in 2013.
The average life expectancy after a lung transplant is only 5 years. And that's only for 25% of the people who get them.
A little over 5 years ago, Josh and Rod Spattinger, who now lives in Illinois, met one another and started a nonprofit called CF Vests Worldwide.
I received a message from a girl in Chile, out of the blue, maybe a Facebook message. And she asked if I had CF, I told her I did. She asked if I lived in the US, I told her I did. And then she asked, can you donate a vest to me?
Rod is now 53 years old and was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when he was just 3 months old. 8 years ago, he had to get a double lung transplant.
The vest we give them, it extends their life. Maybe it will keep them from getting a transplant at all, or it extends their life until they can get a transplant. These vests are life-changing.
Josh and Rod flew thousands of miles to meet me in person this week and share their story with us here at home.
And so by giving these vests to people in the third world countries, we're actually extending life. We're giving them more breaths. We're giving them a better life, a fuller life, and less time in the hospital.
These life-saving devices can cost between $12,000 to over $30,000, making them virtually out of reach for many patients and families globally.
When that girl contacted Rod from Chile, it was like, I don't trust this girl, but we got to fix it. And then when my daughter was diagnosed, it was like, okay, there's a problem. We need to solve it.
Since its founding, the nonprofit has shipped over 375 vests to patients in 61 countries, places like Afghanistan, India, Serbia, Syria, and Ukraine. These donations often come from people in the U.S. whose insurance is changing or who no longer need the vest.
One of our teammates, Khadija, she lives in Pakistan. She also has CF. She's amazing in her communications. We would just ask them via our website to contact Khadija, and she would coordinate all of the requirements.
CF Vests Worldwide doesn't just send equipment, they navigate major shipping hurdles, rising costs, notably up to $1,500 to $2,000 per vest to send overseas.
And the mucus builds up inside of the lungs, and you have to have this vest that just shakes and shakes all the mucus loose.
Celebrate with us.
Now, on their 5th anniversary, they are working on 2 things.
We've only given 11 vests to people in the U.S.
It's because there's 2% of CFers that don't have insurance or are underinsured and can't afford a CF vest. So we want to focus on them.
And as for what's next,
we're starting to move on to portable oxygen concentrators. Being able to take your oxygen with you and not being connected to an outlet or to a big oxygen tube.
Wow, just a very eye-opening story there, Austin. So if there's anybody at home that's watching this and they want to get in touch with this group, how would they do that?
Super easy. Later tonight and tomorrow, I will be posting all of the details on my Facebook page, which is Austin Reed On Air. So be sure to, you can even connect with me as well. Send me an email here at the station and I will get you in touch. And Wendy, as you know, I've got cystic fibrosis as well. So this is a story that is very close to my heart. So
very personal. Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely.